More copter updates. These are my Steez. I have two different sets of electronics in these. This is the full Hobbywing stack. This is the Hobbywing 4-in-1 speed control with the flight control, but it uses the TBS VTX versus the Hobbywing VTX. And this has the original style 2205 2600 motors, and this has the new 2405 2600 motors. I wanted two freestyle rigs. A lot of times you go out and you do freestyle, you smash your copter, and then you only have one freestyle rig for some reason. So now I got two, which is great. I have them both set up to be 30 degrees of angle. This is a printed GoPro mount that actually I got off the Hyperlow Facebook group. I have a Hyperlow as well, and a couple of their users there, I should know his name, but I don't, I'm sorry. He puts these files up that you can print, and I was able to make it work on the Steez. The front squeezes in a little bit, and then if you look under there, I just ran the screws through, made a little space in the top deck. There's a slot right there anyway, so you just have to hit it with the Dremel a little bit to make some clearance, and then put a nut and a washer on there, and this has been fantastic. I really like the GoPro on the cage. Haven't had any problems with the GoPro on the strap just yet. I broke one strap, but the GoPro crashed close by. I do use a GoPro protector on my GoPro now. Bright colors help find it in the tall grass and keep the GoPro in one piece, and then you can, you know, mock stuff up with these as well. So you'll see this guy sits right on here. And then I also have a shim that I can change the angle of this with, a little shelf that sits under here, so I can move that angle around if you want to go a little faster. And same for this one, I can actually add spacers underneath here. I think a 2 or 3 millimeter spacer under here makes it about 40 degrees, which is fantastic because I like to fly at 40 degrees. But both of the Steezes, they fly pretty much the same for the most part. I do notice obviously some difference in the motors. Big power is great for freestyle, a lot less throttle inputs. And to save moves or to start a move so you can be a little smoother, focus less on the throttle, whereas this guy, you know, you got to be in the pepper a little bit more because the motors are smaller. But they both fly fantastic for the most part, and they've been through a lot with me, beating the heck out of them. One more thing to note, this guy is the totally stock build. This is the 20 mil standoffs. The stack fits in there, lots of room underneath. VTX pops down here in the back. This is the TBS VTX back here. But as you can see, you know, the stack, it's all normal stuff. This is the 20 mil build with the 20 mil pod that fits the full-size camera. On this guy, though, I got some 25 millimeter standoffs from my local hobby shop, Jake's Performance Hobbies, and that works perfectly for a top deck build. So this is main plates right here. It's all one level. There's no, you know, the arms are on the bottom of the frame. So from the bottom of here to the top of here, I got 25 millimeters of space. That leaves plenty of room for the battery strap not to jam anything. I got a half a millimeter or so of space above the plug, so if the top deck does flex a little bit, it's not going to smash down on anything. That's the only thing that I had to kind of change up on this guy to make everything work right, was I just used 25 millimeter standoffs instead of the 20 or the 30 mil option. Gets that battery pack a little bit lower. You'll notice I got this sweet monopole or I don't know, some people call them dipoles. I don't think that's accurate. I think they're single pole antennas. It's just a stick coming out. Using that just to see if there's any difference. These are the antennas that come with everything, and it works okay for the most part. I can't say that I notice a huge difference in the places that I fly, but it is nice to have a super cheap, almost undamageable antenna back here, so that's been great. This guy uses, you know, AXI, and I've flown both of these in the same places, and they both perform pretty much the same in that regard. Because I fly solo a lot lately, or with one other person. I think when you go to races or events that have a lot of people at them, that stuff starts to add up, but for basic flying. But I just wanted to get a quick update. The fleet's been updated a bit, so I got a lot of different copters to fly than I've had in the past, and they do all offer a little bit different combination of items, so we can kind of stay on that test train, and when people email me and say, hey, I'm using this or that, and we have something that we can compare it to, or pop some electronics in there and try it as well. So thanks for watching. Those are my Steez.